name is Randy, and today we're in the Carousel Theater Studios to hone our theater skills with 3 of my favorite drama games. So, grab a buddy and let's get started. If you're currently social distancing, you can play these games with your family, with your brothers or sisters or your roommates. If you're playing with a friend, think of creative ways to keep your social distance from one another. Maybe measure the distance with 6 teddy bears, or a pool noodle, or a golden retriever. Anyway, let's jump in. To play these drama games, you will need your body, your imagination, and a friend or 2. Before we get started, we're gonna warm up our bodies. Just like in sports or dance or exercise, theater uses your whole body, so it's important to warm it up. All right, to start, we'll take a couple deep breaths in. Ready? And sigh. 2 more times. Deep breath in. And sigh. Last time. Deep breath in. Biggest one yet. And sigh. Great. All right, we'll start with a forward fold. Imagine that your head is getting really heavy. Drop your chin to your chest and allow your head to slowly roll your spine down. Have a little bend in your knees to protect your back. Reach towards your toes. When you're down there, nod your head, yes. And shake your head, no. You can hold your elbows and sway side to side. Oh, feels really good. And then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, stack your spine all the way up. Reach the sky. Deep breath in, big morning stretch. And let it all go. Great. All right, roll those shoulders out in one direction. Bring them up to your ears, back and all the way down. And then the other direction, up to your ears, forward, all the way down. Great. Now, imagine that you have a marker on the tip of your nose and you're gonna draw a really big circle right in front of you. Stretch out your neck, reach up and all the way around. One way and then the other way. Fantastic. All right, feeling a little bit more open. Let's relax our body with a little shake. So shake your right arm, really nice and vigorous. Shake it forward, shake it backward, shake it up, shake it down. Try your left arm, forward, backward, up, down. Try your right leg, forward, backward, side to side maybe. And the left leg, forward, backward, side to side. Shake your hips. Shake your shoulders, ooh, and shake your whole body as fast and as vigorous as you can. Ready? Let's go. Shake, 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 shake. All right, we'll return to that breath. Deep breath in, and a big sigh. You should feel relaxed and energized and ready to go. The first game that we're gonna play is a game called Machines. Machines is a great game to play to practice using your whole body, working as a team, and exploring abstract movement and sound. There are many variations to the game Machines. Sometimes you can decide what kind of machine you're making before you enact it. Sometimes you just let your body choose what it wants to do and decide what kind of machine it is after. Any variation is totally fine as long as you are playing safely. All right, so to play the game Machines, the first person chooses a repetitive gesture, like maybe this, something that's easy to repeat, and a sound, maybe something like this, beep, boop, beep, boop. They stand somewhere on the stage and they repeat their gesture and sound like this, beep, boop, beep, boop. Person number 2 chooses another repetitive gesture and sound. That repetitive gesture and sound should be related to the first one. Maybe they connect in some way, maybe they're rhythmically related, and then the second person stands beside the first person, So the first person's doing something like this, beep, boop. And the second person, maybe they want to do something like this. So it's inspired by how the hand comes down. I'll go like this, swoop, swoop, swoop. Repeat with every other person in your group until you have a whole series of actions in a row. And that is your machine. Now, if you like, you can play with tempo, so you can speed your machine up or slow your machine way down. And you can also play with different exciting things, like maybe your machine goes so fast that it explodes. So your machine should look something a little like this. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, bam, beep, bam, beep, boop, bam, beep, bam, beep, bam, boop, bam, bam, beep, bam. The second game we're going to play is a game called Yes, Let's. Yes, Let's is a game that helps you practice a very important rule in making theater and improv, saying yes. Saying yes is important when you're creating a story because it helps everyone work together and move the story forward. I'm sure you've been in a situation where you're trying to make up a story with some other people and there's someone who keeps saying no to everyone's ideas. Yes, Let's helps everyone practice working collaboratively to make a really good story. To play the game called Yes, Let's, there is one line that everybody needs to know. And that line is, you guessed it, yes, let's. Let's try saying that line together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes, let's. I think you can do it a little louder, a little more enthusiastic. Let's try again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes, let's. Ah, much better. I heard everyone practice that time. All right, so now that you know the line, let's learn how to play the game. So to play Yes, Let's, one person comes up with a suggestion, something that everyone can pretend to be, something that everyone can act out. Something like, oh, let's pretend to be dinosaurs. Everyone else in the group, and I mean everyone because we are practicing saying yes, everyone says, yes, let's, and then they all pretend to be dinosaurs. Pretty straightforward. So let's give it a try. Let's pretend to be pirates. Now it's your turn and everyone says, yes, let's. And then everyone pretends to be a pirate. Arr, walk the plank, matey. Fantastic. So once one suggestion's been made and acted out, it's time for another person's turn to make a suggestion. Something like, oh, let's pretend to be wolves. Everyone says, yes, let's. And then everyone pretends to be a wolf. And so on and so forth until everybody has had a chance to suggest something. Pretty fun, hey? The third and final game that we're going to play today is called What Are You Doing? This game's a little more complicated than the other games, but I know you can figure it out. This game helps us practice mime, thinking of ideas on the spot, and working as a team. Ready? To play What Are You Doing? Person number 1 thinks of an action, like fishing. This action should be something that you can act out instead of describe. So, then person number 2, after they've given person number 1 a little bit of time to establish their action, a little bit of time to show everyone what they're doing, person number 2 comes up to person number 1 and they say, what are you doing? Now, here comes the tricky part. Person number 1, who's clearly fishing, they say to person number 2 something that they're not doing. It could be anything that person can act out, but it should not be fishing, not what they actually are doing. So they might say something like, oh, I'm flipping pancakes. Person number 2 says, oh, flipping pancakes, okay, great. And then person number 2 starts to enact flipping pancakes. Person number 1, their turn's finished, they go sit down. Person number 2 stays on the stage, flipping pancakes. Now, if you have a person number three will come up and say to person number two, what are you doing? Now, as you already know, person number two, they can say anything except flipping pancakes. They might say something like, oh, I'm playing the saxophone. Person number three will say, oh, playing the saxophone, great, okay. And they'll start enacting playing the saxophone. Person number two sits down, and so on and so forth. So this game can go back and forth between two people, or it can go as long as however many people that you're playing with. But it's really important that the things you say you are doing, that there's something that people can act out and mime. They shouldn't be things that require words or sounds to make clear. All right, that's it. Have fun! I hope you enjoyed playing these 3 drama games with me today. They're super adaptable, so you can change up the rules depending on what you like. You can play with lots of people or just a few. You can add costumes, props, sound effects. You can play them in a circle or maybe on a stage, whatever you like. Okay, play safe and have fun. Bye!